What's up, everybody? It's Monday. Finally, the one thing we like about Mondays is that we get to mock draft. We are here.
Monday Night Football.
Rick, Bruce Willis in the building. What's up?
Yeah, they let me in tonight. So
special guest Rick.
Very special.
All right, tonight's about having fun. You know, Monday's about letting loose. We're here to have some fun. It's me and Joe. We are going to be the main hosts for the Monday night shows from now on. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to be making a lot of people here contenders. We got some really good guests that come on. And Joe, my guy Joe, man, he is very intelligent when it comes to drafting. I know that's one of his better attributes, if I could say. It ain't looks.
No, definitely not.
I'm just kidding. What are we on? Episode 4 now. So this is our 4th draft, man. It's going to be a blast. We are going to randomize this. If y'all don't know, this is a Superflex draft. It is full PPR, and it is Dynasty. No other crazy rules. 18 rounds. So basically, you have quarterback you can start, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. I believe it's 2 flex and a super flex. And that's it, right?
That's it.
And then 8 bench.
Great format.
8 bench. So I think this is a good format. Kind of helps people get in there. Oh, yeah, there is rookies too. There's no trading or anything in this one. We might do one here eventually where we can kind of do one with trades, but it might be a long show, maybe like a 3-hour show where we're kind of trying to make deals on the side, but it would be crazy. But we are not doing anything crazy like that today. We are just going to get into it. We're going to have some fun. What do y'all think?
Mel, I'm also going to pretend it's a red draft too. Every player I draft is going to be wearing red jerseys this week.
A red draft. I'm going to throw some music on here real quick. And then, dang it, I thought I had our music loaded on here, so I'm going to load that real quick. Let's get a little bit of a roll call. Let me get a roll call here in the chat. Y'all tell me who's here that's live, that's here in the draft. Then we'll randomize it. I'm going to add our little mix here.
Oh shit.
And we're getting too much information from.
I got a dynasty trade offer. I haven't seen it yet, but the guy said I've got something that kind of puts you in a good, useful situation, but I'm a little nervous to send it. LOL.
Why is he nervous? I want to hear why he's nervous.
Because so yesterday I put Brock Bowers on the trade block just to see what I could get for offers. Because I'll take the right one. No doubt I'll take the right one with the tight, there's tight ends in our draft, in the rookie draft this year that I can still acquire. So I mean,
all right, I'm going to randomize here real quick. So what did you tell me the trade?
No, I haven't seen the trade offer. He just said it's such a good one that he's afraid to send it.
All right, Frito. Frito's at the hospital. Hope you're doing all right, Frito. But he says he's going to be drafting. All right, we are going to get rolling. I'm going to randomize the draft order real quick.
I got to get in the draft room.
Get in the draft room. What the?
That's what sent me off, because I went to a different sleeper league. Because of that message.
Draft settings, draft order. All right, how many times do you want to randomize it? We gonna do 5 again? 3, 4, or 5? Pick a number.
5. 5's a good number.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, I was being right. All right, so we got Schneebs at 1, Joe at 2, man, Rick at 3. So that's gonna be kind of fun.
Already at 2.
Stevie at 4, Iggy at 5. I'm at 6. Mel, that's a fun little run there. Mel at 7. We got our guy Paul Caston at 8, Frito Bandito at 9, TJ at 10, Andrews at 11, and then is this your guy Ravery?
Rick Avery. We had him on Thursday check down. He came in.
Oh yeah, what's up?
He came in emergency situation, and then after the fact, Greg and Tip joined. So he really didn't get a good show. We'll get him back on.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have to get him back on. I'm glad he's here.
I told him around Scott Fish time, because that's when I draft with him. We always draft. We always pick the spots, so we pick back to back. I don't know why he does it to himself, but he does.
Likes the competitions. Stiff competition, man, sometimes makes you stronger.
No, he does good. We both clean up, and that's wherever we are. We both clean up in that spot. He does well.
All right, so we are gonna roll. Mel says I don't like this randomizing. I feel like you cheat, JC, and you always are ahead of me. How would I cheat? I don't have any control over what it randomizes to. All I do is hit the button. I can't control that. Come on now. Man, I wish. Come on. What? I wish I could cheat. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I was 12 last time, so
I like being in the middle.
Where are you now, Rick? What do we got? Rick is.
I'm 3. I'm 3. You're 2.
Last week I was at 2.
The last time I had 2, I took Jaden Daniels. So this time I'm gonna do. Yeah. I'm gonna go nuts and go Jamar Chase.
Mills like I know, but I think your randomizer knows it. I was at 2 last time.
And my thinking was that, this time I'll take the younger quarterback. It was between Lamar and Jaden.
Sorry, you're right. You weren't in there, and I was talking shit, and I'm not even in there.
So Iggy comes up and takes Tip's favorite player, Bijan.
It's a good pick.
Pick.
I thought last draft I did 2 quarterbacks, so now I'm gonna do something different. I don't mind Chase at 102 in Dynasty.
He's definitely the best wide receiver.
I'm going Justin Jefferson because I think he's going to be a good
non-quarterback.
Second best wide receiver.
The best non-quarterback.
Yeah. All right, man.
Who are you arguing?
There's Barkley.
I have a hard time arguing a running back in that situation because wide receivers carry more dynasty asset value.
Yeah. I think the only question is whether you want to go with Gibbs or with Barkley.
It's Gibbs for me.
I would go Gibbs as well. Younger.
I'm not shying away from Barkley by any means this year, though.
No, I'm not a believer of the.
I don't mind. No, it's a thing, but
I know it's a thing, but it wouldn't persuade me from picking the guy that I wanted to get.
You just have to. You just have to set yourself up around it properly. Make sure you get 3 elite wide receivers, and make sure you get 1 elite quarterback or elite tight end. You have to have all of that locked up before you take another run.
If you're going to avoid quarterback and take 2 non-quarterbacks, Neighbors and Gibbs would be 2 good ones to go for.
It is very good, Rick.
I'll have to sneak back over into Sleeper as we get closer.
Dang, where do I go here? I'm going double quarterback, double wide receiver. Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas. I think that's a super strong start, especially in a 3 wide receiver league. I'm just gonna have to be smart. I like the Bo Nix pick, but
So that changes that idea. Let us go with.
Would you get sniped, Rick?
Well, I was thinking either Thomas or Nix might get to me, so they didn't. So no worries.
Sniped.
It happens.
I can't, man. I'm so in love with Brian Thomas this year. It's insane. I was super high on him last year.
You not worried at all about Trevor Lawrence?
Hell no, dude. I'm in. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm kind of in on that offense this year. ETN.
See what they do. I want to see what they do in the draft.
Everyone's falling in fantasy football besides Brian Thomas. You know, everyone's falling.
That's what scares me. That's what scares me about him.
I'll go Homer.
I like seeing that. I'm excited about it.
Herbert, I can't believe he fell to me.
He was the other guy. It was him, and if Brian Thomas didn't fall, it was going to be Herbert, and then Nix. Justin Herbert special, man. Did not start off. He started off great, then had a shit year because he cut his hair. And started growing back, and he started getting better.
He's very good.
And now
I think a lot of people were kind of scared off with the idea that the Chargers would be more of a running attack than they really were.
Sorry, Rick, I didn't thought you would.
I was going to say, but McConkey really did, come on, and in the passing game went pretty well. Yeah, I kind of figured that would happen.
Drake May.
I almost, because I was going to say something, I didn't realize it was my turn.
So I'll take that one.
Yeah, I'll go with Drake May. Yeah, you might have the better guy. Who knows? He's in a much better spot now. If he doesn't, definitely if he don't do good this year, he ain't shit. They'll move on just like they did to Justin Fields.
But definitely a much better offensive coach and a really good offense around him. So you got to think he's going to, progress this year.
So back to the Chargers. One of my late round targets right now is Mike Williams. He's back on with Herbert, and I'm interested to see how he does with McConkey on the other side. I think if he gets some single coverages against the right cornerbacks, he could, and if he stays healthy, he could be of value. He could return flex value at I don't know what round he's going in. It's late though.
Yeah, I think Iggy just broke Mel's heart.
I bet you, I'm sure. But he's also a Packers fan, so there is that.
I did not know that. Good to know.
Oh, yeah, big time. He's a Packers owner, so you got to know that. The board off the board. McConkey. I like Richard's team. Sorry, Frida Benito.
He's a good drafter. He's done solid. He's good.
I've been in leagues with him in the past, and he's really good.
He's a big Brock Bowers fan. He's a Raiders guy.
He's a Raider fan, but
he was loving 109 Bowers then.
Oh yeah.
Mel goes freaking Iggy.
Hey, appreciate you, Pete. Appreciate you. What's up, Pete?
Hey, Pete. How you doing?
Nice. Good to see you, Pete.
I wanted to ask about the picture he took. It looked like he's sitting on a lakeside.
Yeah, it looked beautiful.
Nice.
That lake. Where's that lake house at, Pete? You gonna buy that place up or what? Mel's the owner. Too.
I like to fish. We own them.
They think they own them.
CJ Stroud. Wow, Rick still ended up with a decent QB1. CJ Stroud's not bad.
Stroud's nice. Yeah, nice pick.
I do like Stroud this year too.
Oh, Wisconsin Dells, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. It's nice up there. It's pretty beautiful.
Rick's cleaning up over there in the 12.
I like his team: Malik Neighbors, Jameer Gibbs, C.J. Stroud, Jonathan Taylor.
I like how he didn't force a quarterback there either. A second quarterback.
Yeah.
No, there's going to be plenty of quarterbacks when it comes back to him too.
I wish I could add. Yeah, Dells is nice. Bucky Irving. I thought about it between him and Davon Achane. I just think Achane's, man, he looks like he's got a lot of juice. Oh, I don't know what it is, man. He's fun to watch.
He's going to be involved. He's involved in the passing game. That's it. It's these high positive touches.
Yeah.
Most of my drafts are rookie drafts since most of my leagues are dynasty. And so seeing Ashton Genty go so high is like music to my ears. I've got 2 teams with the 101.
Penix and London stack I kind of like.
I'll take McCarthy with JJ. JJ stack, baby. Give it to me.
Got a good team going there. There's a few solid.
That's
twice
solid now.
Foundations. Is Ziggy drafting? Like, did you say he's cooking dinner? He's cooking dinner and he's killing you.
Yeah. He's cooking and he's cooking.
Nice. Oh, it's my turn. You probably got like sauce on the phone or whatever. It's almost my turn again. So Rick is. I've had a feeling McBride was never going to make it back.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have made it back.
He would not have made it to you, that's for sure. Now, let's have some fun. Let's take that guy.
Ty Warren?
Yep.
Mel says,
one of the 2 tight ends is going to make it this year.
In the dark.
You inspired me to take a rookie, and it's a running back that I'm really high on.
Oh, Marion.
I can't wait to see where he ends up. I hope it's not terrible. I don't think it can be terrible. He's too good.
Arizona.
He could end up with the Cowboys.
Arizona. Sharing with James Kana.
They've already have their backup running back.
That would be terrible. I was just trying to find a terrible situation.
Yeah. You could have said Buffalo. That would have been a similar situation. Or maybe even the Rams.
In the event here, and I'm hoping, praying to the gods that they take him over, even if Travis Hunter is there. Tet McMillan. Just to pair with Drake May. That's who I want them to take.
The best fit now for Hunter is with New York because they've got a quarterback that literally throws to wide receivers and defensive backs. So it's a perfect fit.
I know. And they needed to help on D more in that area more than the Patriots.
I know one of the big decisions is going to be which of the Ohio State running backs people will be going after, and I still think Henderson. Judkins is looking pretty good too, though.
Henderson's a good pick. He's going to be good.
Better pass blocking, a little bit better pass receiver.
He's going to be on the field like immediately.
Double stack.
He's going to be like the centerpiece running back wherever he goes.
Yeah, you and I both are kind of gambling with our RB1s being rookies.
Yeah, but it's dynasty, so I mean, we have
Travion, dude. Oh man, he's got to land somewhere. Man,
Travion's nice.
Good situation. But he has to land somewhere in a good situation. There's nobody competing. Where is that? Is it open? Who is it? Open backfield in Denver?
Estimate.
Yeah, there it's a good place.
Yeah, I don't know if Estime is the answer there though. So
No, you need a spot where he's going to get all the touches.
yeah, that I don't even know if that sort of offense exists anymore. I think a lot of the teams are starting to look that you have to have 2 good running backs.
Dak, nice.
That and again, that's a pretty strong team, you know, for especially the way you started out, you know, getting 2 good quarterbacks. Neither are going to run, and Dak's a bit older. That's a wide receiver I was hoping for.
Igbuka?
Yeah.
What are we doing now? It's almost my turn again.
Tell me who you want. I'll make sure to avoid him.
Nah, we got to let it come to fruition, Rick.
I'm just kidding.
I won't join anymore if it's going to be that type of mock draft.
I am just kidding. Gee, come on.
I never did a mock draft until this. So there you go. I watched one at my friend's house when I was like 17. He's like, "Oh, you don't do mock drafts?" I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "How does that even work?" I'm like, "You guys could have just like I would play $1 league, $1 best ball, and you get more out of that than a mock draft." Like,
I get that, but at the same time, it's nice because you're drafting people that want to.
I watched the first three. I watched the first 3 rounds and I was like, "This is stupid. I'm not doing this. I'm done." And I stopped. And I was like, I never did one again until now. Michael Reedy, confirmed that too. We talked about it, and he was like, "I can't believe you do a mock draft show." He's like, "You're a hypocrite." He's like making fun of me, and no, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that, but it's like, but this one's pretty good. Everybody knows what they're doing, so everyone's in it because we all know we're going to get better from it, and the show helps too. So I'm in on it.
Yeah, it's the best part about this is when you're drafting against your peers, it makes you stronger. Especially when you draft against people who know what you're drafting, because it does make you stronger. It makes you go towards other players that you're not really talking about.
You get a good feel for the flow of the room. I got sniped. I'm glad we didn't talk because that's who I was going to take, Rick.
Yeah, I kind of guessed you were. So there's someone actually I like just as well. So there's other choices out there. In fact, the next 5 running backs all are solid.
Do I have a tight end yet?
There's a lot of running backs. There's a lot of great running backs that are kind of coming up in these rounds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with you.
I'm satisfied. You guys are going really young. You guys have rookie fever, and I can see it. I see it, dude. You got rookie fever. Right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I was watching you draft, I would be selling you all my rookie picks because you would be buying them at a very high price.
No, it's not even that. I have Jamar Chase as a foundation wide receiver. I can go for the upside for now, and I'll take a stupid veteran in a couple rounds. Don't worry.
I don't know. I feel like Brian. So I got my 3.
Oh, wait, it's my turn. I could take a stupid veteran now. Tyreek Hill is still there. There he is.
He is, but out for how long? 1 more year? He's about to have the fall off like Antonio Brown did.
I think if he moves to another team or they get a different quarterback, it could be a different thing.
He's gonna have a fall off like Antonio Brown.
No.
CTE, dude, for real.
Oh,
you're little and you get thrown around like that, it happens.
I could have taken Pickens, I suppose. Mike Evans.
Damn. Good pick here. Chuba, I like that pick.
No tight ends were sticking out to me.
I had a running back. Point. I had one.
No wide receivers were sticking out to me, so might as well pick up another running back. And that was the other guy I was thinking about. So
yeah, that's who I would have taken. I would have taken him over Chuba.
I actually don't know. So
everyone's
just hating you tonight.
IQ is gone. 3 in a row. Frig.
Oh, you got Montgomery. Come on, be happy.
I'm not going. I would rather have other players than that now. Damn it. You guys all suck.
Yeah.
I'll take Williams here.
That's a player I just can't bring myself to pull the trigger on. So
why the upside's there?
Yeah, it is. But if it was a best ball draft, that would be a player I'd look at.
You guys all suck.
Why do we suck? I didn't go running back. You see the running back run?
I didn't see Rick going running back just because he has 1 wide receiver in a 3 wide receiver league.
Yeah, but there were no wide receivers that really, like I said, jumped out to me. So definitely I wasn't that interested in either Evans, super old, or Jameson Williams. Boys on the verge of.
I just want to point out that that's why I go wide receiver where I just did, because see all the light green that's around me right now. When it's coming back around, you guys aren't taking no more running backs. I'm gonna get the running back to fall. I think the one that.
The player you were hoping for, Najee, was just taken though.
No, there's still more out there. I'm looking at a couple of good ones.
Najee is still not even safe, man. They could still draft another running back. Like, I don't think they're satisfied with what they have there. So, I think that they could still draft another running back young, because Najee is not
like a Tootin.
They're definitely going to draft another running back. I think the Harbaugh is definitely capable of
Najee is right now. I think Najee
he'll take a swing. He'll take a swing on a 3rd rounder.
If you want a really high price on Najee, I think this is the right time right now before the draft. You need to be selling Najee Harris. I think Najee can be a great player, but if they draft somebody that's going to eat into his workload, it's not going to be good for him. And I think with right now, nobody's really talking about that. And people are talking about Najee's in a great situation where he's going to be reincarnated and become J.K. Dobbins and what he did. Like, all right. Take what people are talking about right now with that and get what you can get. I mean, frick, jeez.
Yeah. Now here's the downside. Look at the running backs that are left: Tracy, Kamara, Etienne, Pacheco, Brian Robinson, James Conner.
I think some of these old guys. That's fine. I'm gonna have to now.
I don't know.
2.
Sanders.
I don't know why. Okay, I don't care, dude. Alvin Kamara in the 8th round. He's like one of the most important pieces of that offense, regardless of how old he is. They're gonna keep using him until he dies.
Says the guy that bashed my Tyreek Hill pick.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill though is kind of like he gets.
It's kind of like what.
You know what? I regretted saying anything because I was about to say Tyreek Hill gets in trouble, and I was like, damn it, Alvin Kamara is beating people up and kicking them in right before the Pro Bowl. So never mind.
If Tyreek Hill starts off slow and then goes for 150 and 2 touchdowns, I could maybe trade him. You never know if I don't need him at that point.
That's true.
I don't see what the rest of my team's going to look like when I'm done.
I'll take exactly. I guess you know what, this is perfect for my build. I got a guy that's just like Achane, or rushing and receiving.
Iggy, don't do it. Don't do it, Iggy.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna take another running back, so you can't.
He's going Tucker Kraft. No, he took Brian Robinson.
Auto pick for Brian.
Did he? That was an auto pick.
It was an auto pick. Yeah.
That's the way I'd lined up. I think he survives the draft, and I think he is by default is going to score a lot of touchdowns.
Oh, I mean, he's got to.
So Stevie's going to break my heart, and then I'll cry about it when it's my pick.
Andrew says bunch of haters. Najee Harris, 2025, him and Harbaugh.
No, I don't. I love Najee. I'm all in on Najee this year, Andrew. Don't listen to these guys. He's gonna.
I say sell him right now because it's a high sell. Like you can out for him.
No, I think you can. I think you can sell. I think you can use him for a year and then sell him.
He is going to play wide receiver. He's going to take the money at the wide receiver spot, and he could be a generational player that I just drafted at what round?
Travis Hunter.
Yep. If he plays wide receiver, he's the wide receiver 1 easily in this draft.
So what if he plays in? What if he gets drafted in New York with the Giants?
I don't think they're going to be drafting a wide receiver because they've got Wandell plus Neighbors. So,
I mean, they're going to draft whatever they can to win.
Yeah, but that's drafting another wide receiver with well, I guess
dual threat wide receiver.
Winston maybe. Anyway, I'm just figuring the other guy I was going to draft is going to be right there in a second anyway.
I like the ETN pick. I was hoping he would fall back to me.
Judy and Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, I like that ETN pick. Like I said, I think he bounced back too.
I agree. I'm in on him. They're gonna go Tucker Kraft.
Oh, gee! Now I have to choose between the two. Ouch. One or the other.
I usually wait until round 11 to pick a tight end when I wait, but I feel like Tucker Kraft is a staple in Green Bay, and the wide receivers need to something's got to give there. But Tucker Kraft is always going to be the beneficiary pass catching tight end from Jordan Love, and I couldn't let Iggy get him.
The other wide receiver I was weighing is still on the board, so I can't talk about him. But
come on, Stevie.
Oh, I know who I'm going to take in the next round. I already made my pick for the next round. I'll build a queue even.
Adams, I like it.
Damn it, Cortland Sutton. That was my pick.
Does it let
you take Sutton over Devontae Adams, JC?
I don't know, man. I kind of think I do. He's just so. I mean, that's who Bo Nix likes to throw to. Is very comfortable with him. So why not continue with that? Adams is going to get peppered, but I mean, he's also got. I mean, he's got
Dynasty. Yeah, I guess you could make a case in Dynasty.
Not only that, who else is right next to him trying to catch balls? Who's also very young.
Nakua. I know. Nakua. Right? But I still I don't know. Stafford's elite. Matt Stafford's elite.
Who is a threat to Sutton? Who's Sutton's threat? Who's a threat to Sutton? Nobody.
Oh, you got Mims.
Nobody.
The
they
other
just signed Engram.
Oh, damn
they just signed Engram.
That's the other player I was thinking, JC.
and there's still a draft to be had.
I'll take him, but it's not who I was thinking.
And Estime is going to be in the passing game. He's going to have targets. He might get 50 receptions this year.
No, why are you drafting so many tight ends? I don't understand.
Unless they draft like a Travion Henderson, like you guys were talking about earlier, or one of the real big running backs. I see Estime getting 50 receptions this year.
I don't know. Yeah, Mel, I did, but I didn't take Kyle Pitts. Ugh, terrible pick.
close to 50.
Third tight end. Mel, we gotta stop taking so many tight ends. If this is redraft, that's even worse than dynasty. If you're drafting as redraft, that's not a good strategy, my friend. It's not. It doesn't matter about the stack. There's no. This isn't best ball. You don't think that's a different way of thinking? Yes, I have stacks in this, but I went young and I went with players that like make sense. Like not grabbing a third tight end. Like that doesn't make sense. Like right now, that really affects your team. Unless you want to trade, but I don't think people are trying to trade for Kyle Pitts.
5th round, Trevor Lawrence. That's pretty good.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to already give Rick Avery a C- for a grade. His draft is so good, he's getting graded already. He doesn't have to draft anymore.
So C- is right where you want to be.
That is the best grade you can get.
It is.
Now I have to try to figure what I'm going to do because let's see.
The year I won a big prize.
Oh, wait a minute. I already have a Q.
A C- for a grade by Fantasy Pros. It was great.
And my Q is still there. My Q is still there.
My Q is still there.
Yeah, my Q is still there.
Whoa.
One of my 2 is going to be there no matter what.
Your guy Loveland's still there, man. You could have waited.
I didn't want to take him again, but he is still there.
I don't understand you people with your so many tight ends.
Yeah, I was going to take a tight end, but there's no more left.
Trade assets, especially in tight
Adam wants to know what a Q is. Explain a Q.
Oh, you dog, Steve! I hate you.
That's a good pick.
Joe,
so we're gonna do this.
I got him on Loveland. That's awesome.
Explain a Q, Joe.
Oh, it's my turn. What's a Q? It's a player that you tap on and you put them in a list, and you can organize the list in order. And if you happen to time out, whatever's on the top of the list will be a pick, as opposed to the draft boards list, the main draft boards list. But now that I don't have time to pick, how much time do I got left? 30 seconds?
That's a long time.
Oh, I thought it was less than that. I have plenty of time.
So here, all right, I'm going to take players out of my queue, and I'll show you on the board what a queue is. So I'm just going to go here. So, like, if you see here where these little plus sign is here, so, like, if I do this, and I do, like, this.
You add them to the queue.
Right? And I can adjust how they get.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in and let me take those players out of my queue because I do not want them. That's how it works. So then if, like, you're busy or something, you can kind of.
Or if you just really like a player. I put them in my queue and.
Well, I don't know, man.
Come around.
There's so many tight ends. There's so many tight ends.
Yeah, there is a belief that if you put players in your queue, somehow that gets communicated to the rest of the league, and you're sure to get sniped then.
No. What? Only if they see your queue.
It's an ESP thing. You're thinking it, you're looking at it, you all of a sudden, boom, that player disappears. But I've got 2 guys in my queue. Either one of them I'll be okay with.
Oh, damn it. Who took Jackson Dart, you son of a gun? I was going to take him as my 4th quarterback. I was going to be like, yep, I'm good. I'm done.
Jason, you're going to cry after it gets past me.
You're going to take Geno Smith.
I need the stack. Oh, that person, whoever, LCS Schneebs.
Jono?
Schneebs.
Oh, there goes another one with my queue. So I'm just going to go mess with somebody now. Hey, let's take this guy.
I like Dylan Gabriel, but it's okay.
No,
it wasn't Jackson Dart. I'll wait.
11th round, Evan Ingram. I should have waited on tight end.
Yeah, you could have waited.
Who did I pass on? Devontae Adams. What a dumbass. And then I could have taken Caleb Johnson instead of Tyreek.
I'm saying I don't know what.
Or Kenneth Walker instead of Tyreek Hill.
In a real draft, I would have taken James Conner.
Nah, but I wanted to go wide receiver there because I knew I was going to, I don't mind ETN that late either. So
I'm just a big James Conner fan.
Really?
Great guy, great personal story.
Yeah, his personal story is amazing, dude. You should see his workout videos. Yeah. He used to he would throw logs like literally he would take huge ass logs and he would throw them over his head, dude. That's how he would work out in the woods. You're like, this dude has cancer. He survived. This dude is out here in the woods hucking logs over the like this is different than that's all abs, bro. Oh my goodness. And the amount of
Evan Neal
strength.
Frito.
They're just players I draft when I can. I just like James Conner.
I've been sniping Frito the last couple drafts on Devin Neal. You got to get him this time.
Which Dylan? AJ Dillon?
Yeah, AJ Dillon's thunder thighs. I don't think that he's small. Yeah. So are you talking about Dylan Gabriel?
Oh, Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, he's small. He reminds me of Mariota. He's like that.
Yeah, but Oregon has produced. So
yeah, he's produced. We were talking about that. Justin Herbert had the record for most touchdowns as a quarterback, rookie quarterback, Oregon quarterback. Then the next one to beat that was who? Bo Nix, also Oregon product.
Gabriel looked great at the combine too. So
yeah, he did. I just think that he reminds me more of a Mariota. I feel like if he gets an opportunity, he'll shine and do good to keep a team rolling. But I don't think he's gonna be crazy. But I think he's that kind of he's like a Mariota to me, to where he'll be a good bridge quarterback or a good fill-in quarterback. He'll be an awesome backup quarterback to where somebody gets hurt.
I really like Andrew's last two picks, Garendo and then Scatabo.
Oh yeah.
One of those will break out and he'll be in really good spot.
My guy's still there.
You better not take my guy. You did, you dog.
G Shaheed, baby.
I was just thinking, I'll just be real quiet about it. Oh, gee.
I don't like my running backs just because you took my running back that I wanted. So
I'm gonna have to now do some deep digging now.
It's a nice, great running back still available here. I love it. Or wide receiver. There's still receivers left. It's just I like that, dude. His upside's crazy too. Especially if you're in leagues with return yards.
Well, my team's kind of leaning towards young, right? My quarterbacks are both young.
Let's see if Stevie took my advice.
I'm young, so I'm going young. So that's going to change my decision making here.
Is this an auto pick?
No, your team's.
I just got sniped by an auto pick, and it's
man, that one hurt. Let's see.
Took you a Swift.
He did take my advice, son of a bitch.
I'm going to go ahead and go this route then.
You weren't going to take him.
No, I wasn't going to take Ollie Gordon. That's a good pick, though. But I wasn't. There's a few running backs.
He had him queued up because he's way down on the list, so I can't fault the auto pick. He had him queued up. Man. All right, I'm gonna take a swing at contingency upside. Well, you don't like Blake Corum, Rick?
Not really. I drafted him once last year too, and
you know who really likes for him?
Nothing.
You want to know who really likes Blake Corum?
Oh,
he used to host a show that you're hosting now on Thursdays.
Oh yeah. No, anything Michigan he likes. That would not be someone I would have taken.
Greg loves him.
Yeah, Greg really does love him.
I think he's good too, actually. I like him before there was landing spots, and I think that the landing spot is good for him. And they're gonna ride. Of course, they're gonna ride Kyron until the wheels fall off. But when the wheels fall off, he's gonna be in prime position because that team has got a great offense.
There's one more quarterback here I'm really okay with.
You know, I can't find the guy I'm looking for, and now I'm like worried. What happened here?
Steve's on the clock. I have no rookies on my team. I think I'm okay with it.
I'm going to snipe him back and take his handcuff.
Where you going?
Braylon Allen. Because he's got Brees Hall. He's got Brees Hall, yeah. Two contingency upside picks there. Then hopefully trade pieces. I don't know. My running backs are looking weak. Hampton's the real deal though.
Okay, I've littered my queue with running backs, so let's see what's here on the tight end story. Ugh. And, oh, of course, I got to put him in there. Gosh,
I got the Patriots cat shirt on. Did you notice?
I want to see it. Ooh, Cedric Tillman, that's a great pick right there. Dude, that turned out great.
I like it. It had to be red. I'm not a red guy. I'm not a big fan of red, but when it comes to this right here, this particular thing, it just looked better in red than navy blue. Or whatever blue the Patriots. I drafted
a Patriot for you right there. Milrow.
so deep on your taxi squad, right, JC?
What was that?
Deep on your taxi squad.
No, I mean, there's an opportunity. Maybe what if he gets picked up by another team? I don't know. I like Milrow, dude. I like him a lot. I like his attitude. If he gets into a situation, man, and they teach him how to throw the ball correctly. I mean, remember Josh Allen couldn't throw the ball, right? He had the arm. That dude could throw the ball. All it takes is a little bit of somebody teaching him how to throw that ball, man. He's good to go.
Yeah, I just see too much of a Konami code focus with Milrow. I want to at least see some throwing.
Barkley, Henry, Drake London.
Yeah, with Ridley and as let's see, did someone take? No, he's still out there too. Wow. Okay. But I have a young team, so I've been avoiding anyone with any age. So I better.
There's still a lot of good receivers out here I'm looking at too. Still a lot of good running backs. They're just, really down on the depth chart.
What are the chances there's a wide receiver there? I doubt he makes it back to me, though. I'm not even going to mention his name because I wanted him to make it back to me, but I highly doubt he does.
Yeah, Kirk at this stage of the draft is a good pick. Andrew's team, I like his last 3 picks.
Ooh, Ray Davis, dang, good pick. Son of a gun.
Yeah, I think Rick is going to win the draft. But then he took that.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh, come on, Rick. I don't think he signs.
I think good. I was complimenting you and everything, and then all of a sudden, bang.
I said it on the Thursday show. I don't necessarily think he retires, but I don't think he signs right away, and he's playing week 1. I mean, I don't know. That's what it seems. That's what it feels like to me.
You think he's really waiting now for the first injury to?
He wants to play in a good situation, and there's no good situations other than Minnesota, and Minnesota don't want it. So.
Nobody wants him.
Boy, when a team, he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait for when a team needs a quarterback type of deal. I don't know if he even does that. Who knows?
I don't want him, didn't.
I've in Dynasty, in redraft, I can see taking a chance on him, but in Dynasty, I would never pick him.
This is the only time you'll ever see me draft Stephon Diggs, 14th round.
No, don't do it. You took him? Oh,
yeah.
I was
14th round, bro.
That was the player I was watching going all the way around the board.
Kidding me, dude? My wide receiver 7? Yes, sir. I'll be okay with that. If he takes off, in my situation, we only have 3 running backs. It's only 2 running back, so I'm okay starting. I'm good through. There's usually not a bye week until week 5, so I'm good through week 5 at least. But if I need to trade somebody, right, to get a running back, I'm good. So I'm not. And there's some running backs here. Man, there's a running back really deep. I was just looking, and I was like, damn it, he just got into a good situation, too. Oh,
okay, let's go with this right here.
I like Bateman.
There's 2 tight ends I'm thinking about, and they're both rookies. I'll try this one time. Usually I go the other route, but Mason Taylor, he could be the tight end 2 in this draft.
I don't know, man. I still don't understand drafting tight ends like that right now. And there's so many tight ends just because you're – how often do you get a tight end who's going to immediately ascend? It's pretty rare.
Well, yeah, JC, I've only got one other tight end. He's also a rookie. So at this point, it's, well, whatever. Because you look at the other, I'm sorry, I got that clicked on there. Yeah, Freiermuth, I guess, is okay. Goddard's okay. I mean, there's so many there's so much talent. If you're like trying to win right now, you need somebody there that's like guaranteed to get. Oh, I'm not trying to win right now. That's why I'm loading up on. And there's a player that I say I have a man crush, so let's go ahead and take him right here. Whoops, didn't click. Click again. Boom.
Yeah.
Jack Besh is my Puka of this draft. So now that I've got all my man crushes on board, I can go back to drafting regular players. 2 running backs I particularly like in this draft still out there. And another rookie wide receiver that I've had my eyes on. But you look at the tight ends that are still left, you've got people like Dalton Schultz, Hunter Henry. Goddard's probably a little bit better than most, but Zach Ertz. I mean, you can get just the kind of a mid to late tight end 1 easily in this draft. But you're not going to get much upside.
All right, I may be reaching on this player, but I think he's going into a really fucking good situation. Jordan Mason with Minnesota, especially with the fact that Aaron Jones definitely has a injury
history
and fumble history too. So Jordan Mason, man, we saw when he was healthy and what he can do, and in a Minnesota backfield. I'm excited for him, man. I really am. I think I'm trying to trade for him, man. If you can somehow manage to trade a 3rd round for him, do it immediately. Smash. I don't think you're going to be able to, but I would even give a 2 for him, man. The situation's really good. It's late for 2nd rounder. The situation's too good.
Yeah, I have him on 3 of my dynasty teams that I picked up as a free agent at the beginning of the first week, because there was so much buzz about him, and the idea of CMC not being able to last the season. So
4 tight ends. Paul, you have 4 tight ends. You guys, I just don't understand this draft set. I don't understand it.
Well, I'm just glad that the auto pick quit doing the run of running backs and got him a tight end on TJ Sumter's team.
I'm going to tell you right now, the odds of somebody in a league trading you for a tight end are very low. And it's probably what they're going to trade you for it is probably a draft pick. And it's not going to be a player. It's not going to be crazy. So if that's your thought process when you're drafting a bunch of tight ends, I don't think it's good upside playing.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not in a league with Andrew, because I'm loving his draft.
Depth, you've already got depth. Like what I'm saying, like a 4th tight end, I wouldn't consider that depth. I would consider
who do you take for a 4th tight end?
Goddard. He's got great tight ends. Like you're never gonna play those players.
You could do Goddard and the 207 to move up to like the 201 and get a good draft pick.
And the allure of likely is that you've got Andrews who might go down with an injury, and all of a sudden now you've got a top 4, top 5 tight end. So I like the likely.
Maybe, I like if you find the right customer.
I like likely.
Now, who on the Packers is Mel going to take now?
Why didn't the Bills use Amari Cooper last? Malik Willis. There you go. Got it. All right, Theo Johnson, baby. Year 2. Let's get it. He is my young tight end, and I'm going to
switch over to sleeper. Okay. So fun time. God, how many running backs do I have? Never enough. But I'm not really big on any of the wide receivers still out there. And they will definitely be around. So I'm going to go ahead and take. Geez, I like both these guys though. Syracuse is one of my favorite places this year, but I'll take this guy.
So, Paul, when you're saying you can never, you can move around, one guy can get hurt, but you've got James Cook and McCaffrey. McCaffrey played how many games last year? Those are your only two running backs.
Well, I'll trade him a running back.
I think I'm gonna do a little Denver combo here. Round 14, round 16, high upside combo. I think in my mind.
Franklin.
Yep. Good situation.
Oh yeah.
Good quarterback. Good offensive play caller. And they're both going into year 2. So is the quarterback. Foundation. 2 pieces of a foundation, maybe. That late. Kind of like it. Wish I had Bo Nix. Where did he go?
He went right after me in the second round to Iggy, I think.
I like RJ Harvey too. There's one more running back I really like a lot.
Me too, and I think you're in front of me.
Yeah, I do. I'll give you a hint. His name is LeQuint Allen.
Oh, okay.
Not the one you were thinking, huh?
No.
I just don't like any of the wide receivers that are still left. I mean, there's.
All right. Now, I know I bashed Stevie for taking this guy, but I'm going to take him here. Rico Dowdle. A couple of weeks ago, Steve took him in a build that didn't make any sense to take him because of the way the 2 guys that he had. I believe he took 2 premium running backs early, so it didn't make any sense to have like a bye week filler. Should be stashing the bench with upside. But in this situation where I have a rookie as my RB1 and then ETN as my RB2, and then it's a crapshoot from there. I'm gonna pick him because maybe he'll give me some stability some weeks. He's
that was my cue.
I actually don't like any of those guys.
Rico Dowdle, that was a good pick.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take the guy I just mentioned.
Now I'm going to wait on running back because I think the guy that I like, who's going to be a super flyer, will be there.
I got one more too, down on that. He's down a little bit on the list.
Let's see.
But that's it. That might be the last one that I have. Well, maybe there's another one. There's 2. I have 2 queued. But maybe I will take them because I like them both better than the wide receivers that are still left.
Here's a tight end still I like really like a lot left too. I could stack on my team, but I'm going with the guaranteed. With me taking Theo Johnson, who I'm pretty high on him, man. He's going to be the tight end there on that team when he's good to go. But there's another tight end that I could have added to my team to get a stack, who I actually am high on. So I'm saying, man, you could literally in these drafts, you could draft tight ends in the last round and be fine.
So you like JT's Sanders, huh?
I like Sanders too, man. Strange right there. Brenton Strange.
Strange is a good pick.
I like Sanders too, man. I'm gonna tell you, in best ball last year, for a rookie tight end, man, he actually did very well filling in best ball.
Yeah, he's a great receiving tight end. So
that's his second tight end. That's his first tight end he picked since Brock Bowers. So I think he nailed the Bowers strategy pretty good.
Yeah,
Frito drafts well.
Brenton Strange, man. If you can get him this far, and I think that Frito would say the same thing, man. It's a good pickup, man. He flashed a lot.
He survives the draft, and he's good to go. But I think he does. I think he survives. Yeah.
even if they draft somebody, I think he's the guy until whoever comes in, figures out. I feel like tight end is still it's different than in college. Like you have a lot more responsibilities in the NFL.
Yeah, and that's why tight ends usually, Bowers being the big exception, and then even McBride, I guess, as a second year tight end started to emerge. But yeah, you have to get a couple of years under the belt before you really have the NFL speed and size thing. Defense is so much bigger and faster.
All right, here's my fun just swing for the fences pick. Fast, fun, tootin'.
Yeah, I figured you were going once you said fast. So I'm going to go with this guy instead then. Boom.
I love me some tootin', baby. You're darn tootin'.
Darn tootin', and I'm going to go with where is he? Booty. Because by the looks of it, he's in line to be at least a wide receiver 3.
So 7 out of my last 8 picks were rookies.
He said, "Dang, JC, you're snagging my player the same round I was going to draft." Which player? I want to know. Ertz, maybe probably was Ertz. Man, I'm very high on Ertz, man. He is very competitive. He's playing. He's going to compete at a high level always until he falls off.
Yeah, and I do like the backup they have for future needs, but there
are still tight ends that are good out here.
So I think Ben Sinnott was probably Sinnott. Was I think it's one of the top tight end prospects coming in.
I don't know.
At least from a metrics point of view, he was really high up.
Okonkwo's still there. Schultz still there. Hunter Henry's still there. Noah Gray's still there. There's still players like there. Noah Fant. I mean, it's Noah Fant, but Luke Musgrave. There's players that are still like there that I'm like, okay, taking a tight end, and we're done. That's what I'm saying.
I do like going for rookies in these drafts. In a real startup, like in the Scott Fish Bowl, obviously I wouldn't be taking, at least this many rookies in a draft. But
Scott Fish Bowl is a little bit different. Scoring's gonna be a little bit different. But I think my point here is more like when we have anybody who's on that thought process that they're gonna draft a bunch of tight ends that they could trade. Well, there's still tight ends out there that are available. To me, I'd rather load up on players like running back or wide receiver or quarterback, where they're going to be a lot less available unless something happens, and then at that point, you're actually going to be fighting for players, paying up if you're in a league where you have, a salary, right? Or, the fab, free agency acquisition budget to where you have only a certain amount of money that you can spend. Well, everyone's gonna be paying up for players, like running backs. Say a big running back goes down, well, that player's gone. Good luck. Tight ends are gonna be sitting there. They kind of do. Especially in a dynasty league where people are drafting those younger players. I just feel like it leaves a lot of older depth players, like a Hunter Henry. He's still going to be, who do you think's catching balls in for the Patriots, who's really catching balls?
Oh yeah. Joe. In fact, he had already built, he already had a good rapport with
we don't know
Derek
yet.
May, so.
I know Hunter's, he knows the system. He's playing there. Yeah. He's had him. I mean, there's Noah Gray. I mean, when everyone
listen, I'm going to tell you my problem. I want to tell you my problem with Hunter Henry. He's got an Austin Hooper problem.
Yeah, it's true. But what about Noah Gray? Noah Gray is still available, and people are drafting, tight ends over him. And he's in a system where they're going to use the tight end, and he has shined in that system. And he's been in that system for 3 years, 2 years, and he's just waiting for somebody else in front of him to just be gone. And it's 1 year away from that.
But Hunter Henry is a good receiver or a tight end, who's a good receiver. I mean, even Los Angeles with the Chargers,
I like that, Mel. I like that. Mel knows. There's a reason for that, Mel. There's a reason for that.
I had Hunter Henry as a tight end on a couple teams, and it wasn't like a constant flow, but there were some really good games he had for the Patriots. So you're looking at a tight end who's probably tight end 7 through 12, that range, and he was, I think, perfectly fine for that. But he's not going to give you a huge upside. He's not going to be a Bowers. He's not going to be a McBride. But once you get past like that level, I mean, Pitts, that level of tight end, he really fell in that grouping in 2024.
Hey, who else?
Who else? I mean, look at the
Tyler Higbee.
Years ago, Higbee had a couple of games where it was like he was like a 20+.
He was injured all year. Every other game he played, he was a tight end 1.
Yeah.
Every game he played. Let me see. Last year, every single game he played it. So,
but you get past tight end 4, there's not much out there. So you're piecing together, any of them are probably just as good as the others, and that goes all the way to probably tight end 25.
Yeah, I get that's Rich. I'm saying it's 1 year away from like being relevant, right? I think Kelsey's got 1 year max left in his he's no way he's doing more than that. No way. He looked cooked.
Do we want to go through and give grades or talk about some of the teams as we're draft or?
Well, I want you both to talk about teams that you think were great, and then a team that you thought maybe struggled a little bit.
I think Andrew did a great job. I like his team a lot. I think I've mentioned that once or twice already, but his team from top to bottom looks real solid. I think Rick Avery also did a good job up until he got to Aaron Rodgers, but I guess I could see that pick too. And if Rodgers does get picked up as a free agent by a team that lost its quarterback, he's going to be a starting quarterback then.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna analyze Rick's team since I got him to come on what he responded to the post that he wanted to come on.
What?
So
who? What's his
name?
Avery.
Rick Avery, the 112. Rick Avery. He started off really good. He secured 2 great foundation pieces in Neighbors and Gibbs. He still got a great quarterback in CJ Stroud round 3. Stroud was going at the back end of round 1 of Dynasty Startups last season. So to get him in the 3rd round there, that's a great pick. Jonathan Taylor is still an elite running back. Dak in the round 5 is also great. Dak was going at like the 2-3 turn, mid-second round, 2-3 turn last year. So I can't believe he fell that far. That's how good the quarterback class was last year. DK and Ayuk, I'm not a big fan of for Dynasty, but it still complements Neighbors pretty good. You got yourself a couple of consistent pieces there. And then I'm not a fan of Pacheco and Keon Coleman. I just don't see any Buffalo wide receiver ever benefiting from the way Josh Allen plays quarterback. It's kind of like Lamar Jackson with the Ravens. Although I really like Zay Flowers, he's comes with inconsistency because Lamar and just spreads the ball around. He's that type of quarterback. And then they eat on the ground and they score their own touchdowns as well without having to throw the ball. So I just think the upside is capped. He didn't show much in year 1. His separation rate is awful. So it's not like he was getting open and Allen was missing him. So I'm not a fan of those two picks. The rest of it looks good, other than the Aaron Rodgers.
Let's see. I thought you were talking about what do you call Rick? What's Rick's new nickname that you got for me? What's your wife's nickname for Rick?
For this Rick. That's for this Rick.
What was it called?
Bedtime. I can't believe you're bringing this up. I thought we weren't going to make fun of. I thought we weren't going to do this to Rick on the air.
Oh, I love the nickname. It's so good. Bedtime Magic.
You ever hear of Bedtime Magic, Rick?
No.
So it's 106.7. There's a guy, David Allen Boucher. It's a radio show, and he hosts Bedtime Magic, and it's like you're his stuff, like it's your like identical styles, like.
It's got the nice jazz music that comes in with the intro, and then it's got a nice smooth talking voice.
Yeah.
But he's like, the music is all jazz, and it's like good, like and then
he comes on. He's got that smooth voice like you have, and he comes on. He's like, "This is David Allen Boucher, and we're gonna play you some bedtime." And then they like play like Boys to Men or something, like that type of music.
Nice jazzy music too.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so, I love to Google it. It's hilarious. I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's funny.
Perfect.
Just good to know that your wife is thinking about me.
Oh, you gotta see. She analyzes all the guests and everything. She gives like good, honest feedback too on everybody, on me, you. It's pretty good. She don't hold back, so I like it. I use it to help. Because I don't like to do it to myself, because I did it to myself after a couple of shows, and it ruined my mood about how I approached it. So now I just take feedback from people who I like, and just who just give. I won't get offended about it. Like I get offended if it's myself. Like I get upset about it. So that's just how I do it now, and I just have more fun with it. But I do. I don't listen to I listen to bits and pieces. I don't really listen to the whole shows afterwards. It's weird for me. I don't know.
And Schneeves went pretty dang young. Besides tight end, man. Everybody on his team is really young. Josh Allen's a little bit older. He went Harrison, JSN. Then he went Cam Ward. Kyron Williams, Chris Olave, then Judkins, Johnson. So he went 2 rookie running backs here, which is, it's nice because you got that solid Kyron Williams pick. Jerry Jeudy as his 3, then Jackson Dart here. Then he's Jonathan Smith and Kate Otten. Then more youth with Bond. And then he went Mitchell, Adnai. Or is it Adani or is it Adnai?
Adnai.
Yeah, I thought so. Tank. Harvey, this team is really young. What are your thoughts on this build?
Yeah. Again, I keep on looking at the end of the draft. All 3 of the last 3, and all the last 4 teams I thought did a really good job. Surprisingly so, because the front of the draft you would get that really solid first pick. But I like the way the later teams drafted, especially if you're looking at trying to win this year versus trying to build towards some upcoming year.
I'm telling you, man, when it comes to Scott Fishbowl, I always choose pick in the back half.
Yeah, I'm not a big Bond fan. I think but he's not even as fast as he was projecting himself to be at the combine. And I like Royals better than I like Bond. So, it's an okay team. I guess I'm more. He only has 1 quarterback.
Right. So one of my rules it's so underrated too in Superflex leagues. If I have a premium pick and I'm getting a premium quarterback, I want to pair him with a really good quarterback. So like 2 years ago was my first Scott Fish draft. I did Jalen Hurts and Kirk Cousins. Now that was working out. Kirk Cousins was number one QB1 overall when he got hurt and went down for the year. So that was on pace to like kill it. Last year, I didn't get it, but the stack was Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield. If you got that, you were golden.
So last year,
I tried to do something like that. In this case, Josh Allen, Drake May might have done it, or if I didn't.
Last year, Baker Mayfield was the quarterback to get.
Yeah.
So last year, Baker Mayfield was the player to get.
But I generally
try to get him.
You want to get two premium quarterbacks. So if you have one premium, you make it positional advantage. That was my point. Sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I would tend to, if I'm going to invest in a Allen, Daniels, or Jackson, I'd be a little bit more comfortable waiting a little bit longer on the second quarterback. I think that if you're in the later rounds, then you're actually, there's more pressure to get two decent quarterbacks. And here it says, I took my first quarterback in round 5. Please see the result.
Me too. I took mine in the fourth, but I loaded up at 3, 4, 5, 6, like where I went with my quarterbacks, and I feel very, 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 very satisfied with what I have at quarterback.
So your second quarterback is going to be Darnold, because unless Richardson has just an incredible rebound for his year 3. I'm seeing starting Mayfield and Darnold.
Seattle also has an out in year 2 and 3 on Darnold if he does not perform in year 1. So there is that. Another thing that I saw, Kirk Cousins, he said that when they get close to the draft, after the draft, if he finds out, if he doesn't like the situation, he's basically going to waive his no trade clause, so that he can be traded. So there is that too. Any other thoughts before we get out of here, gents?
Rick, where do you want Jack Besh to end up? Or Beck? Is it Beck or Besh? How do you pronounce his last name?
Excuse me?
Jack Besh.
Besh?
Beck? Is it Besh? It is Besh, right?
No, Besh. It's CH, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Where do you want him to end up? Where's your dream landing spot?
He's the type of wide receiver I think that could, join any. He's not going to go in as a wide receiver 1. So I think
if the Patriots take him, how do you like him on the Patriots?
Because they don't have a wide receiver 1. They got a bunch of wide receiver 3s.
That's why. What do you think?
He immediately becomes their best wide receiver, I guess. But
do you like it or you don't like it?
It's okay. I'm not entirely sold that they have the best coach. So I'm.
Oh, okay.
So
head coach or coordinator?
Head coach, yeah.
Okay.
So I would look elsewhere but he's more landing spot. He is not as landing spot dependent of some of the wide receiver ones that are going to go before him.
Right.
I think he's the type of wide receiver that, he's going to look like a Puka coming into any team and be their best wide receiver too.
All right, so we will turn this. What I'm gonna do from now on is when we're doing this, I will turn these into best ball leagues just so we can see how we finish at the end of the year. So maybe make sure you draft enough accordingly.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we're gonna get out of here tomorrow. Rick, I'm gonna make sure to get your show up so you can promote it for tomorrow night. If you want to talk about your show for tomorrow, talk a little bit about what's going to be coming out for tomorrow's show.
Yeah, thanks. And on the Give Back show on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, as you know, we promote charity leagues and charity events. We're going to have James Rapp from Fantasyscape, and it's Fantasyscape's Dynasty Charity League. So, and he's got a great story about what happened when Buffalo played Cincinnati in Cincinnati Week 17, and what one of the leagues that he was managing did with the the charitable contributions. It really was a cool thing they did. So that will just tease that one.
Yeah, and then after that, there's a new show. So I'm going to doing Drafters After Dark. We're doing best ball, getting back into best ball. So for drafters, anybody out there that hasn't gotten to drafters, I do have a banner. I think for that. I think maybe not.
100% up to 100, right?
Yeah, is it? 100% up to $100, right? 100% match up to $100. So if you put $100 in, they'll match up to $100. So put $100 in, you get $100 extra. So you get $100 extra to play with for free. So if it's your first time getting on a drafters, like I said, it's awesome. It's full. It's the only one that is full PPR. So if anybody is into full PPR, it's the only platform that you can play on that I know of that is full PPR. You can play best ball. There's a lot more than just that, than just football. There's every sport on there that's pretty mainstream. And there is also daily picks. So if you want to do any picks for wagering on bets, so there's prop betting and stuff like that on there as well. But TSA bets, that's TSABETS. That's a promo code. You just put it in there. If you haven't signed up yet, you do that when you sign up, and when you enter your money, like I said, I would definitely max that out, because you get on. So if you put $100 in, you get $100 free. If you put $25 in, you only get $25. So like I said, max that bet out so you can get the max amount you can play with. We're going to be doing these, probably twice a week. I might be doing best ball drafts, just because not only they're fun to do, they're great practice, especially if you're in redraft leagues. It's really great for that. And not only that, you have the potential to win money. So that's
and they're super affordable.
Yeah, and it's affordable. Yeah, the ones that we'll be doing, I might get into some. They have their $15 ones, but the main ones we'll be doing a lot of are the $3 ones. So it's definitely super affordable. So yeah, we'll be doing that on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, Carla's got her show, Game Changers, which is absolutely amazing. She's been absolutely crushing it. Thursdays, who do y'all got this Thursday?
Chuck Bass.
Oh, bro, I played in a great league. One of my favorite leagues I've ever played in was with him, dude, and it was literally a QB only league, and there was 6 of us that played in the league, and you had to start 5 QBs. It was really hard. It was really hard.
Oh.
It was so fun, dude. It was so fun. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I had an absolute blast. I'm glad we're gonna keep rolling with these on Mondays. Yeah. Make sure y'all check the Sunday show out, man. JR is crushing it with basketball. It's going to be coming again. It's getting close to playoff time in basketball. So, like we did kind of last year, as we get into the finals, we will be doing some watch parties for basketball again. It's a lot of fun. Even though I don't talk any basketball, dude, the finals for basketball is fun to get into. So, we will be doing some fun watch parties for those just because it's fun. But yeah. Like I said, Mondays, it's all about mock drafting. So come hang out with us. Make sure you spread the word so we can do more of these. Yeah. And after the NFL draft, we'll start getting to some more spread out things. We'll do more than just Dynasty. We'll do some, fun other stuff too. Like as we get into closer to Scott Fish Bowl season, we'll do some Scott Fish mocks. We'll do some redraft mocks. We'll do some IDP mocks. We'll, as the season gets closer to when we're actually everyone's drafting, we'll start getting into more of those other stuff. But it is best ball season. It is dynasty season, so that's what we're going to be focusing on. But anything else before we get out of here, gents?
I think that covers it.
We're good.
All right, we're out of here. Latest.